Politically, Cameroon has been able to successfully cope with the challenge of three fronts of crisis confronting the country in the far north and the east region, in the English-speaking northwest and southwest regions. Thanks to the tenacity of our defense forces that have always prevented all attempts at destabilization of the country. The catalyst role of decentralization process should be stressed, for it has demonstrated the importance and the necessity of the involvement of local population in the day-to-day management of their economic and social activities. Mention should be made of elections to renew the Senate last March 2023 as a result of the end of the previous legislature. The first plenary session of the upper chamber took place on April 16, 2023, revealing not only a new generation of young senators, most importantly, the gender structure of the chamber takes Cameroon above the United Nations threshold of 30% of the women's representation. Among many new senators, a lady, a former #2 collaborator here in the embassy, is a sitting member. So we see this as a great achievement for this mission. At the economic standpoint, Cameroon's resilience is held both by domestic and international partners. In the context of multi-crisis, including COVID-19 pandemic, the supply chain, and inflation resulting from the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. Thanks to the government economic diversification policy, coupled with the ongoing agenda of structural economic reform. This policy is backed by the new 2020 and 2030 Strategic Development Plan in its ambition to lead Cameroon to emergence in 2035. For 2022, Cameroon's economy has been able to record a growth rate of 3.2%. The forecast for 2023 is anticipated at 4 to 4.5%. These performances could not have been achieved without the contribution and the support of our foreign partners, at the forefront of which stand the United States of America. Allow me, Excellencies, distinguished guests, to praise the multifaceted program of cooperation between the United States of America and Cameroon, covering important domains like security, health, energy, and project developments. Taking into consideration the existing potential, our conviction is that the two countries should work to expand their agenda of cooperation to include all fields, particularly in promoting private-to-private sector cooperation. The occasion of the second U.S.-Africa The occasion of the second U.S.-African Leaders Summit convened by President Joe Biden last December, and the program set up for discussions within the United States administration and the U.S. economy entrepreneurs with African leaders will contribute to boost the new partnership that came to birth during the summit. Therefore, I want to reaffirm for my part the commitment of my country on global issues such as climate change, energy transition, health security, and its readiness to work for the facilitation of dialogue both internally in the sub-region of ECAS and internationally. I cannot end this segment of my remark without praising the judicial cooperation between our two countries. This cooperation contributes to facilitate the extradition of criminals on the one hand. On the other hand, it serves as the best framework for judicial proceedings against perpetrators of acts of violence in Cameroon. This judicial diplomatic cooperation marks a turning point in the concerted efforts by both nations in working toward promoting peace. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we also want to take the opportunity of this celebration to express our appreciation to all the compatriots of the diaspora in the United States of America. Their openness and support to the government's reform launched in view of modernizing the range of service provided by the division. The changes brought about by the said reform may have caused some frustration amongst you. We understand it. However, we are convinced that these adjustments were necessary to enable the country to align itself to the international standards in the provisions of the diplomatic and consular services. With regard to the theme of the day, which reads, and quote, defense forces and Cameroonian people in harmony to safeguard peace and national unity, bedrock of a strong and prosperous Cameroon, end quote. Few remarks need to be made here. Cameroonian defense forces remain at the service of the entire nation. And as one of the crucible, as one of the crucible of the national integration, our defense forces are reflective of Cameroon's ethno-cultural diversity. Through their traditional mission, namely the protection of the country and the preservation of its integrity against external threat, the defense forces have demonstrated their professionalism and their ability to adapt to different types of challenges. Cameroonian defense forces, in the same vein, protects the populations. Therefore, the collaboration between the leader and the army appears to be the driving engine for national cohesion and the peaceful coexistence. The collaboration between government and the defense force was clearly in display during the COVID-19 pandemic, when the army used its equipment and expertise to support the government in confronting the plague. It is worth underlining that in time of peace, Cameroonian defense forces can be mobilized to carry out economic and social development activity. Let me just, to summarize, state that given the situation, the state of the bilateral relation presented to you and to the representative from the State Department, our conviction is that we should spare no effort in strengthening and for the strengthening this bilateral cooperation, giving the opportunity to both countries to promote business relations in the two directions. We are counting on, specifically on our diaspora to show their patriotism and their ability to contribute to the construction of a modern Cameroon. With these remarks, I just want to thank once more all of you for joining us to celebrate our 51st anniversary of the unification of Cameroon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your remarks. There will be a toast.
As you noted, to include health, human rights, regional security, humanitarian assistance, environmental protection, and economic growth. We have partnered with the government and people of Cameroon for decades. For example, last year was the 60th anniversary of Peace Corps Cameroon. Yes. In fact, especially dear to me as a returned Peace Corps volunteer myself. We are proud that the first post-COVID cohort of volunteers in Cameroon was sworn in January of this year, and we expect more volunteers to arrive later this year. This year, we are also celebrating the 20th anniversary of the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR, which has saved millions of lives around the world, including in Cameroon. President Biya's trip to Washington to participate in the U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit in December 2022 was also a significant opportunity to reinforce our bilateral relationship. We look forward to our continued partnership with Cameroon to advance peace and prosperity. Mr. Ambassador, honored guests, I wish you a joyous celebration. Thank
Terre chérie, chère patrie, le Cameroun, merci pour tout. Merci pour tout. Thank you very much.